the inner dimension, insight into the weekly Torah portion, Parshas MIKETZ, Rabbi YITZCHAK GINSBURGH. In the realm of human relations, too, loving someone does not rely on dry bones information about him or her. We can take in all the information we need with a superficial glance, but it may not bring us closer to love. Developing an inner appreciation of the other automatically dispels any sense of alienation and nurtures the deep love that emerges. As we stand face to face, my heart faces your heart. At this level, soul touches soul. I know and sense that beyond all I know about you lies your superconscious source. Only by connecting to you at that level can I truly begin to understand you. Such genuine knowledge manifests as a profound sense of identification with the other and true compassion for them. The initial decision to penetrate the layers of data until we feel compassion for the other ignites the spark of true love. This allows us to reach an inner knowledge of the other and access their inner self, essential knowledge, appreciation, and marriage. Inner appreciation reflects the close interaction between my inner self and the inner self of the other. I can understand them and identify with them with my own perception, yet as deep as my inner knowledge of the other may penetrate, a distance remains that cannot be bridged. Our connection remains a meeting of two different people, albeit face to face. The problem with such a relationship manifests if the other is depressed or detached from his relationship with me. When someone loses his or her will to live a fruitful and productive life, communication between us may cease, and there will be no way to connect with him or her. In such a case, all the compassion and empathy that I can muster cannot navigate the chasm. Such an individual has lost his own knowledge and his inner self. The Talmud states, whoever has no knowledge, it is forbidden to have compassion on him. My own knowledge of him no longer has access to his inner being. To connect to someone under these circumstances, we must rise to an even higher level of essential self-knowledge. By becoming aware of my own essence, I experience myself and the other as one unit. Just as I understand myself better than anyone else does, through a sense of total unity with them, I can understand the other. This type of knowledge bridges any breach that exists between two people. Through such knowledge, not only do I become aware of your superconscious, I reach directly into the innermost root of your soul to touch the infinite, where you and I are totally at union. By revealing the essential non-local bond between us, I reach out to you wherever you are, even if you have deteriorated to the lowest depths and it seems that all hope is lost. God is there with you. If I reach the depths, here you are. Our inherent connection with God unites us even when no other means of communication is available. Reaching this point of essential self-knowledge begins from a decision to descend toward the other, to tap into the lowest possible common denominator. This motivation allows us to interact at the lowest level, yet rise from that point to discover the truest, most essential point of knowledge, and descend once more to manifest that unity in practice. Joseph's recognition of his brothers was this type of essential self-knowledge. This is alluded to in Rashi's interpretation. When they were handed over to him, he recognized that they were his brothers and felt compassion for them. In conclusion, the true recognition manifests as compassion and love. This level of compassion reaches out even to those who have completely estranged themselves from any connection. This is a most profound level of inner knowledge that even a face-to-face relationship cannot achieve. These same three levels of recognition, superficial, perceptive, inner knowledge, manifest in three distinct types of marital relationship. A relationship based on superficial knowledge implies a list of rights and obligations that includes what I must do for you and what you must do for me. This is the level of standing back to back. Perceptive knowledge breeds true love between the couple. Each spouse understands the other and truly identifies with him or her face to face. Essential knowledge of the other manifests in a sense of absolute unity that reaches out to embrace even a spouse who is estranged and detached from their partner, to connect to them with an essential bond. This relationship is face to back. Eventually, the one with their back to the other will turn around and face him in true love. Joseph aspired to this third level of essential recognition. He bridged the gap between himself and his brothers by uniting with them unconditionally until they reached a mutual understanding of him. The Tzemach Tzedek explains that Rachel alluded to this talent at Joseph's birth when she prayed, "May God add me another son." This was Joseph's talent to turn another into a son. By recognizing them while they were estranged from him, the consummate rectification of fraternal and marital disharmony crowns the process of reconnecting all the tribes of Israel. When we know and appreciate one another from a point of inner recognition, inner and inherent understanding, we will merit the ultimate redemption. In the structure of the 10 Sefirot, Da'at, the sphere of knowledge, is situated on the middle axis, directly above Tiferet, the sphere of beauty, the inner power of which is compassion. Da'at contains two perspectives, Da'at Elyon, higher knowledge, and Da'at Tachton, lower knowledge. The lower perspective of knowledge descends to beauty, compassion, and further descends to unite with Malchut, the sphere of kingdom. By the power of uniting Tiferet with Malchut, lower Da'at rises back up, reaching the inner quality of knowledge, Yichud, unification. Relating to the other through compassion thus activates the inner power of Da'at, allowing it to rise to Keter, the sphere of crown. In other words, the superconscious power of the soul from whence it draws down new knowledge, thus constantly revitalizing its connective energy. This process is true in Atzilut, the world of emanation, the source of all Jewish souls. However, Da'at Tachton alone cannot connect to the lost individual who has descended to the lower worlds. In Kabbalistic terminology, Joseph drew the bowstring to reach essential self-knowledge. The power of his Da'at descended to Yesod, the sphere of foundation, situated below Tiferet, the sphere of beauty. The inner quality of Yesod is truth. More specifically, this refers to self-verification. In other words, self-fulfillment and sanctity. Reaching Yesod afforded Joseph's Da'at the power to descend to Malchut, the sphere of kingdom, of Atzilut and below, into Malchut of the three lower worlds of creation, formation and action, Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiyah. The further back one draws the bowstring, the higher one's Da'at rises, reaching beyond the inner point of self-knowledge to the essence of knowledge. Corresponding to the height reached by one's Da'at, Yesod descends ever lower to connect to the lower realms in sanctity and redeem them. From there, Da'at continues to rise even higher to Keter, the sphere of crown and infinity. It was this power that enabled Joseph to reach out to his estranged brothers and rectify their relationship with him.